Native Americans Project, 2012, Eastern Woodlands, by
Paige,
Winley,
Frankie, and Michaela.
The Iroquois Nation's map.
The Cherokee map.
The Mohawks tribe. There are 5 different tribes inside of the Iroquois tribe. The tribe in green is called Oneida. In the yellow is Cayuga. In the purple is called Seneca. And the pink is called Onondaga. In the orange is the Mohawk. We chose the Mohawk tribe because we thought their name sounded cool. Homes and shelters. The Mohawk people lived in villages of longhouses, which were large wood frame buildings covered with sheets of elm bark. One Mohawk house could be 100 feet long, and an entire clan lived in it, up to 60 people. Food and how they got it. The Mohawk tribe got their food by growing it. Herbs gave them medicines, and veggies gave them life. Streams gave them water. Trees and bushes gave them fruit. Clothing. For the women, if they wore one braid if they were married, and if they were two braids if they weren't married. For the women's clothes, they wore beaded skirts, leggings, blouses, and shoes. The men's side, they just wore mohawks on their heads. For their clothes, they wore blouses, shoes, and manskirts. Religion. The Mohawks believed that they came from the sky world. Weapons. For the weapons, they used spears, bows, and arrows, and all of their weapons were made by hand. The bows and the sticks of the spears were made out of wood. The heads of the spears were made out of bones.
The Cherokee, by Paige and Brinley. Clothing. The men in the Cherokee tribe wore breechcloths and leggings. The women wore wraparound skirts made from deerskin or woven fiber. Also, they wore poncho-style blouses. Language. The language of the Cherokee does not sound like English hardly at all. For example, a friendly greeting in their language, Wado. To say thank you, it's Osio. Housing. The Cherokees would live in the southeast region, particularly Georgia, North and South Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. In the 1800s, they were forced into Oklahoma along the Trail of Tears. Crafts. Traditional Cherokee art was very detailed. It included pipe carving, river cane baskets, gourd art, and pottery. In Oklahoma, the Cherokee people could not find the right materials for their crafts, so they just concentrated on the other crafts like beadwork and textile art. Tools. They used stones and bones for weapons. Boys would use sharp rocks to smooth bows and arrows. They would use pots and baskets to store corn and other food. A stone adze, hand axe, was another weapon. A flint knife was used for skinning animals. They used blowguns to shoot. They also hunted squirrels, turkeys, and deer. They fished in rivers, streams, and lakes. Cherokee people grew lots in their garden. Examples are corn, beans, squash, pumpkins, sunflowers, and tobacco. Canoes were Cherokees' way to fish and travel rivers. They were called dugout canoes. They were made from long logs in many sizes. The smalls carried 1 to 2 people, largest held 15 to 20 people, one of the biggest held 35 people. The origin story of strawberries. One day, first woman and first man got married, and like all couples, they started to argue. First lady felt unwanted, so she left and swore she would never come back. At first man did not care, but then he missed First Lady. The son asked him if he really missed her, and he did. The son found First Lady and got blueberries to grow right beside her. She ignored it and kept walking, not dreaming to look back. Then the son grew blackberries beside her. She did not look left nor right. Then the son grew a weird red berry that was never on earth before. Then she stopped, realized she did miss first man. Then she went back and took some berries with her. They shared them forever. Now the Cherokees always keep strawberries in their homes to remind them not to argue and stand as a symbol of good luck.
Any questions?